Right, we're going to start off this hour of BBC Upload in Caversham in Reading, and Louisa Guise's excerpt of a book of hers called How to Leave a Group Chat, which was released this time last year. And this particular piece, in fact, the whole conversation is an interesting one, a very pertinent one as well, because it concerns smartphones and how we use them. Louisa says it's become a huge topic of discussion in the last couple of years, and better behaviour starts with each of us. How to leave a group chat helps you understand why you use your phone the way you do and how you can start to change that, which is very, very interesting indeed. And I know there's a lot of conversations that go on around social media and apps and smartphone use and where we are. And for me, genuinely, I feel a little bit like the gate's been opened and the horse has bolted, you know? And it's been out there, and I am slightly concerned myself about whether the boundaries should be put around before it's all sort of just out there in the open. But then again, I suppose to a certain extent we have to look at sensible ways of behaving around these things, and definitely giving ourselves some time away from our phones and all these devices. But that is what Louisa looks into in her book. So we're going to have an excerpt of it now. So it's How to Leave a Group Chat by Louisa Guise in Caversham in Berkshire. And it's very interesting.
The positives and negatives of group chats. From the title, you'd be forgiven for assuming that this book conveys a negative view of instant messengers and group chats. But that is not the intention. Instant messenger group chats play many roles in our lives that are both positive and negative. And in this book, I'm exploring how there could be a more balanced relationship between people, their smartphones, and the content contained within. In order to reach this balance, it is important to understand and acknowledge both the positive and negative ways that group chats on instant messengers can affect our lives, and that is what this chapter will discuss. The positive sides of instant messenger group chats. We want to take part in group chats. We are humans first and foremost, and we naturally like and want to be involved in conversations with other people, whatever that might look like. Even though many conversations have transferred to the digital realm, the positive aspects of being part of a digital conversation are not too different from the positive aspects of being part of a conversation in the real world. And the reasons for wanting to take part are the same. There are four main things that entice us to converse with groups of other people in the first place. The first of these is the other people who are part of the conversation, our friends or family, or anyone we would like to get to know better or learn from. We want to talk to them because we are social creatures, and conversation enhances our bond with others. We could also gain something personal from conversing with others other than strengthening social bonds, which brings us nicely to reason number 2. The second reason for wanting to be part of a group conversation is to be part of a discussion about an interesting topic of conversation. In the first dimension, this might usually happen organically at a party or informal gathering where there are many people who we could choose to converse with. People would allow themselves to be drawn into a conversation because they have overheard someone talking and what they have said sounds interesting, even if they do not know anyone else who is part of the conversation. In this instance, the topic alone is enough to encourage us to be enthusiastic and engaged, whether it could be that a very interesting or amusing story is being told, or because something intellectual is being discussed. If the topic is appealing to us, we can get something positive out of it mentally, a boost of serotonin and possibly a positive memory. There is also the chance that we can make new friends due to a shared interest. Even if we do not make new friends from this discussion, just taking part in it definitely adds to the event at which the conversation has taken place. And if this person has someone or something in common, such as a friend or a line of work, the anticipation that the same speakers might be at other events that we could attend in future is a personal bonus. Another reason for wanting to be part of a group chat in the first dimension is so that we do not have any fears of missing out, a term that is used enough in everyday life to be granted its own abbreviation and dictionary entry, FOMO. FOMO has really come into its own as we have shared more and more tidbits of information on social media, and as our access to news has increased from a daily newspaper and a few broadcasts a day on a given TV channel to 24/7 news coverage across multiple dedicated channels, radios, apps, and the internet. Being constantly bombarded with endless information and insights into each other's lives might have amplified our FOMO, because as human beings we want to be part of social activities. Just look at the challenges that have gone viral around the world on platforms such as Instagram and TikTok. I'm sure you would never have doused yourself in milk or eaten a tablespoon of cinnamon, please don't do this, of your own accord. We do these crazy things not only because they are fun, or perceived to be fun, but also because we are humans and we want not only to belong, but to really feel part of something.
A genuinely interesting subject, in my opinion. I have a lot of thoughts on this and group chats and social media and phones and digital devices in general, and I'd be hypocritical to say that I don't use them, because I do. I mean, I use them for this show, to be quite honest, but it does feel like it seems unregulated to me, doesn't it? And just sort of forced out there, and everyone has to deal with it. So I think it's useful to hear opinions on this and to get a little bit of a balanced perspective on maybe we should possibly be taking some time away from screens and the reasons why. So yeah, thank you very much, Louisa. I really appreciate that. That's Louisa Guise from Caversham in Berkshire, and the book is called How to Leave a Group Chats, which is available locally in Forebears Books in Caversham and the Bell Bookshop in Henley as well. Louisa, a communications professional, author and a poet. Thoroughly talented she is, and thoroughly thoughtful also. Brilliant. Thank you very much indeed, Louisa.